What if you could fix any relationship problem by looking in a mirror? Well, you can. In this video, I'm going to be walking you through a little known secret that helped me eliminate arguments, get the intimacy back, and reconnect with my partner. It's helped over 500 men we coach, and it will help you as well. How? By using something called the relationship mirror. This changed my life and it will change yours too. So whether you're on the brink of divorce or just want to get that spark back, there are 3 parts to this and they're extremely important, so make sure you stick around right until the end to find out exactly what they are. If you're new here, my name is Toni Versic and I help men fix their relationships and be successful in every area of their life. So hit that subscribe button and the little bell icon if you want more content like this. Let's get into the video. So the first part of the relationship mirror is triggers. The only way a relationship can actually get worse is through triggers. And what are triggers? Triggers are when something causes you to have negative thoughts or feelings towards your partner. I talked about trigger words in a previous video about communication. I'll link that down below. But what I'm talking about here are the things that piss you off. The way she operates, the house being a mess. You might feel like sometimes she's lazy, not feeling appreciated for all the hard work you do, that sort of stuff. These are the things that you don't like about your partner. And you can be damn sure that there are things they don't like about you too. Now, it's very important to know what the triggers are because they are the root cause of every problem in your relationship. A divorce or breakup doesn't happen overnight. It happens because there are so many triggers that your partner decides they're fed up and they've had enough of the bullshit, they're willing to leave. Arguments don't happen on accident. They happen because something has set you off, something has triggered you, one or both of you are triggered, and then you make the mistake I'm about to share with you in the second part of this relationship mirror. So the only way to have an amazing relationship is to know your triggers and then to work through them, which is very difficult to do without the right framework. This is exactly what leads us to the second part of the relationship mirror. This is called projection. I guarantee if you're a human being that you probably do this. You see, once the trigger comes up, your body and your mind go into something called a default pattern. You have default thoughts and default feelings as a reaction. Thoughts are just words, language, framed inside of stories. Feelings are sensations throughout your body. Let me give you an example. You come home, you're tired, it's been a stressful day, and the house is a mess. The trigger is the house being a mess. The story is my wife doesn't care. She's lazy, she doesn't appreciate all the hard work that I do. This all happens within a split second inside of your head. The feelings attached to those thoughts and stories are anger, frustration, stress from the workday, and it starts building up within you. It's inside of your body. Thoughts in your head, feelings in your body. Then what happens without realizing is we react to the situation. We take those negative thoughts, stories, and feelings and we project them onto our partner. We literally just vomit them up like a barrage of bullets or a volcano erupting. It could be in the form of yelling, it could be the silent treatment. Now this is the kicker. We are projecting our bullshit at them. We are the ones who are upset about the house being a mess. We are the ones who are triggered. We are the ones who are stressed. We are the ones who are angry, not them. But we want them to understand us and our expectations of the relationship. Because things aren't going the way that we want them to go, we blame them. We get triggered. We blame them for our negative thoughts and feelings. We make the assumption that it's their fault why we feel this way. And that's completely untrue. No one can make you feel anything. If you're upset or triggered, it's not that person's fault. Sure, they had a role to play, but if it's because of them, then you have no power. You've literally handed your power away to people, problems, and circumstances, which by the way is actually a great thing. So if you or your partner do this, then you're gonna wanna hear the third part of this relationship mirror. It will quite literally change your life because these triggers and these projections you're putting out there, they're actually there for you. They're there to teach you something. It's actually happening for a reason, even though it's painful. Before we talk about how to fix it, ask yourself, do I project shit onto my partner? Does she project things onto me? If that's the case, then great, because that's where the final piece of the relationship mirror comes in. And it's called reflection. The things that trigger you inside of your relationship are actually there to help you look in the mirror. They're a reflection of you. They are there to teach you to look within yourself, to look at yourself instead of projecting and blaming your partner for the situation. Now, your partner definitely has a role to play. They might have said something or done something that caused you to feel triggered, but everything that happens after that trigger is on you. Think about it. Your partner hasn't cleaned the house. You feel the trigger and then reflect on why the fuck this pisses you off so much? Why is there so much anger and negativity around that? Because you worked all day? So what? Is it really worth getting upset about? Could your wife have been playing with the kids instead of cleaning? Why don't you just suck it up and help around the house because you want to? Because it feels good to support your family even when you're tired. Is this trigger coming up because of your past? Is it how you were taught to react? I saw my father yell and get angry when I was younger, so that's the way I thought things were supposed to go. You see what we're doing here? We're taking the default pattern and looking at it from all these different perspectives. We're looking at it from different angles and trying to find where we can take radical responsibility for our reactions, our thoughts, and our feelings. You start to reflect on the trigger, you look in the relationship mirror, and you realize it's a waste of energy and time to react and get triggered about these things, to project things onto your partner. You reflect on the default thoughts and feelings which are your own. No one made you think or feel that way. When you reflect, you learn about yourself and you decide to discard the shit that no longer serves you. How does anger serve you? How do arguments serve you? How do resentment and judgment serve you? They feel like shit, they're just default patterns, and the pain is there to remind you to look in the fucking mirror. This happened with my wife Rosie and I would get so triggered at her for being too slow. The reality is she takes her time with things. She doesn't get things done right away like I do. Sometimes she even puts things off, like most humans. I judged her like crazy because she wasn't like me. I projected my beliefs on how she should operate based on who I am, and I judged her. This is a reflection of me, not her. She has every right to be who she wants to be, to operate how she wants to operate. I'm a high-performance business owner who gets shit done. I can't expect her to be like that. Yet we expect so much of our partners instead of looking within. We blame them, we judge them, we don't look at ourselves because we're actually blaming and judging ourselves. Another example of this is when your partner says something in an angry tone of voice. They might be rude towards you and you instantly get angry and rude back at them. Look at the mirror. You're angry because they're angry. They're being rude, so you become rude. It's all a fucking reflection. It's all a default fucking pattern. So you might be thinking, well, how do we fix all of this? I'm about to tell you exactly how, but before we do that, let's recap, because this is a lot of golden information on how to improve your relationships. First, a trigger comes up. Something is said or done that triggers negative thoughts or feelings, and they happen by default. Second, projection. We project our own shit at our partner. We blame them instead of taking responsibility. They are not blameless, they have a role to play, but everything that happens after that trigger, it's on you. Third, reflection. This is a great thing. It's all happening so that you can look in the mirror, learn about yourself, and discard the things that no longer serve you in this relationship. The reactions and the triggers that are not making your life any better. When you reflect, you can diffuse the severity of the trigger and you can focus on what you want, not on what you don't want. So here is a simple game plan to fix these things. Next time a trigger comes up, sit with that trigger and ask yourself, what is this trigger here to teach me? How can I actually look within myself and look at myself? What can I take responsibility for in this situation? What parts of myself do I get to work on? How can I respond instead of reacting? Do you react or do you respond? What can you learn about yourself so that you respond calmly, so that you don't react, so that you're made of Teflon? Nothing can stick to you. When you do this, you win at relationships and at life. Nothing can fuck with you. You are unfuckwithable. You are in control and you have the power. This means more connection, more intimacy, more love in your relationship. And this relationship mirror is a phenomenal tool, but it assumes that you know how to be in control most of the time, which a lot of us don't really know how to do. Because to be in control, you have to have a deep understanding of thoughts and feelings, which is what drives relationships, action, and success in life. I've actually recorded a video on how to take control of thoughts and feelings so you can have better relationships and be more successful. You can watch it by clicking up above to find out exactly how this works. Oh, and if you got value from this video, then one of the best pieces of reflection you can do is by looking in the mirror of subscribing. When you subscribe and hit that bell icon, you'll never miss a video like this on how to make your relationships and life better. So hit subscribe and that little bell icon. And when you've done that, make sure you go and watch that video on how to take control. Good luck with this. Enjoy the relationship mirror.